Hi everyone, welcome to Lucid Mains program by Niti Aayog. Today we will deal with relevance of Niti Aayog. In exam point of view, this comes under GS2, Indian polity, that is issues and challenges pertaining to the federal structure, and in GS3, economic development, that is under Indian economy and issues related to planning. And we got a question this year related to Niti Aayog, that is how are the principles followed by the Niti Aayog is different from those followed by erstwhile Planning Commission in India. We will be dealing with the question and its answer later. So first let us see what is Niti Aayog. Niti Aayog is a think tank, which means that a body of experts providing advice and ideas on specific political or economic problem. So India set up Niti Aayog on January 2015, replacing Planning Commission. So earlier it was Planning Commission, which was an advisory institution to form 5-year plans in the country. It was established on March 15, 1950. It formed 12 5-year plans and the last one was from 2012 to 2017 and got replaced by Niti Aayog in 2015. So why it got replaced by Niti Aayog? Let us see the reasons. The commission played a crucial role once upon a time, but at present there is more importance for federalism, whereas Planning Commission was more centralized in nature. And with the rising population and expanding economy, now the situation is like more room must be given for the needs and requirement of the states. So we set up Niti Aayog, which is more state friendly. Also, its plan was like one size fits for all approach. Hence, many plans failed to give tangible results. And it was not able to make states answerable for not meeting their target. Planning Commission was filled with generalist bureaucrats. But what the need of the hour is experts in their field rather than generalists. Though it was responsible for planning, it had been on the decline since 1991. Hence, with the changing time and need, Planning Commission was replaced with Niti Aayog. But the thing is that though it got replaced, its contribution will always be appreciated. Now let us check what are the functions entrusted on Niti Aayog. It will provide strategic and technical advice on policy matters. It have experts as members. Along with that, ideas will be collected from different sources including foreign source. And these ideas and expertise will be mainstreamed into governmental policies and programs. It will foster cooperative federalism. As I told you, at present, importance on states are increasing and this is one of the reasons for scraping Planning Commission. And here, Niti Aayog is giving more focus to the principle of cooperative federalism. Next is decentralized planning. Moving from Planning Commission to Niti Aayog, character of planning changed from centralized to decentralized planning. Here the planning starts from the village level and Niti Aayog will aggregate this at a higher level, that is at central level. The next is regarding sustainable development goal. It is Niti Aayog which is responsible for implementing and monitoring sustainable development goals in India. And it will monitor the activities and will give feedback and corrections whenever needed. And Niti Aayog is based on 7 pillars of effective governance. They are like it is pro-people including society and individual. And it is proactive in anticipating and responding to citizens' needs. Then ensures participation of citizens. Empowers women in all aspects. Then inclusion of all including SC/ST, minorities, etc. and ensures equality of opportunity for youth. Then is the transparency, making government visible and responsible. So these are the pillars. Now let us see how Niti Aayog is functioning different from that of Planning Commission. First is in the terms of its approach. While Planning Commission was following top to bottom approach, Niti Aayog chose bottom to top approach while making plans. And second one is the power to distribute fund. Planning Commission had this power and used to distribute fund to states for various programs and activities. But now this power has been transferred to the Finance Ministry. Hence, Niti Aayog does not have any such power. Then here in Niti Aayog, the decision itself will be taken at this local level, that is at village level. Whereas in Planning Commission, the decision were taken at central level. Next in Niti Aayog, plans were made based on different needs of different states. But Planning Commission followed one size fits for all approach, and that failed to give results also. Then Niti Aayog consists of experts in subjects including from private sector, which gave more substance for their plans. But what Planning Commission had was generalist bureaucrats who had their limitation while making plans as they are not field experts. In Planning Commission, there was little space for states. All they had to do was to receive money granted for the schemes. In Niti Aayog, focus is on states and their demands are heard and grievances are redressed here. As all chief ministers of states and administrators of union territories are members of Niti Aayog. Another difference is that Niti Aayog is accountable to Parliament, but Planning Commission was almost acted like an independent body. So that's all about the difference in functioning of Niti Aayog related to Planning Commission. While keeping all this in mind, let us check whether Niti Aayog is relevant or not. It have arguments both in support and against. Let us first see the arguments in support. As I told you, it collects fresh ideas from various sources like industry, academia, civil society and foreign specialists, etc. and share that with the central and state government. For example, Ayushman Bharat, water conservation measures, etc. And Niti Aayog is best placed to achieve the convergence between various ministries and central government and state government whenever it is required. And it brings a greater level of accountability in the system. For that, it has established Development and Evaluation Office, which collect data on performance of various ministries on real-time basis. So this will have a significant impact on the efficiency of governance. It has performance-based ranking on states, which will foster competitive federalism through a healthy competition between the states and will enable to identify the best practice in different states in various sectors and can emulate them to other states also. Then it also acts as a representative of the states to central government, as it places the proposal made by the state before the center and recommends for them. Then it also promotes innovation, for example, Adult Innovation Mission. It has Adult Tinkering Lab under this mission, which will be set up in schools where young students can give shape to their ideas. Here, they will have all the facilities to develop these ideas. And hence, Niti Aayog has been doing a good job in encouraging young innovators and startups where India's future lies. So these are the points which state that Niti Aayog is relevant. Next, let us see the arguments against Niti Aayog. It says that it does not have power to criticize government and it is not transparent enough. Hence, people are not getting enough opportunity to know what Niti Aayog is doing. Although its intention was to have a decentralized action, critics says that their actions are centralized in nature and it could not attract more participation and attendance from states during meeting called by Niti Aayog. And it says that the reason for low participation from states is due to lack of power for Niti Aayog for the devolution of money. As I said, erstwhile Planning Commission had the power for devolution of money, Indian had more power. But now this has been transferred to Finance Ministry, making Niti Aayog teethless. It also says that it had no role in influencing policy making with long-term consequences. For example, critics says that it had no role in policy making like demonetization, GST, etc. So that's all about the arguments against Niti Aayog. Actually, it is early to judge an institution with just 3 years of action and comparing it with Planning Commission, which is more than 60 years old. So now let us see the way forward. Planning is essential for a country in the medium run. But in India, Planning Commission did not fulfill its functions adequately. In some Latin American countries and sub-Saharan African countries, Planning Commission failed miserably. But in other countries like China, East Asian and Southeast Asian countries, it was a success. This was mainly because it had a strong industrial policy. Likewise, India also needs a strong industrial policy. And Niti Aayog will need to evolve into a much stronger organization than Planning Commission. And India lacks strategy in planning. If Niti Aayog is going to implement a strategy, it must be by decentralized planning. And bureaucracy must need to be changed from generalist to specialist and must follow the outcome based accountability rather than input or fund spend based accountability. Then more power and autonomy to be given to Niti Aayog. As its name suggests, it is for transforming India and need more teeth to transform India. Another suggestion is to make Niti Aayog apolitical. It says that a think tank must keep a distance from the government. But it is seen that Niti Aayog has always been defending government. So, making it apolitical will be more good. Then, constructive criticism must be allowed for Niti Aayog, as it will be good for a healthy democracy. And make it more transparent by letting people to know about its plan, activities and outcome, etc. Niti Aayog also must focus on areas like employment generation, gender inequality, environmental sustainability, social justice, etc. So, that's all about the topic. Thank you.